everyone, welcome to Jesus Mom and Son. I'm Crystal,
And I'm RJ.
and we're just going to jump right into this video. So, have you ever just been doing something and out of nowhere you get this deep, overwhelming feeling that something is not right? Maybe it's that you just feel like someone's in trouble or someone's going through something horrible. You just get a nervous feeling, like you feel like something is just wrong. Um, Sometimes it's almost like it's debilitating. Like you can't focus, you can't move, you can't. You just have problems getting past this feeling because it's just so overwhelming. You try to do things to get it off your mind and everything, but you just can't get it off your mind. I will give you some examples. First of all, when I was little, my mom would get this feeling if one of her children was going through something bad, or she felt like that they was hurt or in danger. She would always call around until she finally found the one who needed help. Um, I'll give you another, and normally it was always someone in the family, and but she always had. It was just this sense that she could tell when one of her children needed her. Um, okay, another example is RJ doesn't like public speaking. Um,
I'm not good at that. I'm really
One
not.
day he decided to do some public speaking. I'm not going to go into the details about that, but he decided to do it. And keep in mind, I knew nothing about it, you know, um, or that he was going to do it that day. I knew that he had
I
thought
said
about
I
it.
was gonna do it one day, but I was sick, so I couldn't. And then out of the blue, I just decided to do it one day without telling her.
Yeah. So after he had left to go to school, I started feeling bad, like real nervous. I was shaking all over, got so sick at my stomach that I actually vomited. I heard a preacher say one time, when you experience something like this, to get down and pray, and don't stop praying until you feel comforted, until the bad feeling leaves you. Just continue to pray, continue to give it over to God, and so that's what I did, and. But anyways, I got down. I started praying, asking God to allow everything to be all right, to comfort me and remove the bad feeling. Anyways, a little while later, I felt the feeling pass, and all of a sudden, I just felt like everything was going to be okay. Later that evening, RJ came home and from school, and right around this time he spoke. Uh, he said he was nervous and it felt like his heart was going to beat out of his chest. Like he said that he felt like he could feel his heart in
I
his
could
neck.
feel my heart.
You could.
No, like literally. I was sitting there, I could feel my heart just go. It wasn't going out that far, but I could feel it beating.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. And keep in mind that I didn't know
And I
that
could hear it too.
that at the same time I felt that way, that he was actually publicly speaking. So at the very same time. So what I felt was for him. I felt his nervousness. I felt his anxiety. So while he was feeling that way, I felt it too. And I was praying for him and didn't even realize um, that I was praying for him. Didn't realize what I was praying about. Now, the reason I'm speaking about this is because we are created in the image of God. Our emotions, our feelings, all of that we get from God. Jesus, while on earth, he experienced and was tempted just as we are, but without sin. In the Bible, it says Jesus prayed for his disciples and for us. The point is, God knows whatever we are going through. God knows what we are feeling, and His Holy Spirit lives inside of us, inside of His children. I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you're going through a trial or you feel alone, no matter what you are going through, know that God is right there with you. He hears your prayer, and just keep reminding yourself that Jesus will never leave you nor forsake you. Remember, I'm flesh and blood. I'm flesh and blood, and I felt something for my child. Um, but God, being so much greater and better than I could ever be, um, and everything, He loves us way more than what we can love someone or be loved by someone. He knows everything, and He promises to never leave you. If you don't know the Lord, I ask that you give your life to the Lord. Let Him come into your life and save you. If you are a child of God's, then I want to encourage you to remain faithful and be of good cheer. The Lord is with you, and He will help you through any circumstances you may face. So basically, what I'm stating here is that, just like the way that I felt for my child, and I felt that he was going through something, and I felt his nervousness. I felt what he felt. And so I prayed, and I asked God to at the time I was just like, God, I don't know who's going through something, but protect them, be with them, God, watch over them. And I just kept giving my heart over until that feeling passed. Okay, so God, He loves us because we are His children, just like RJ's mine. So if you're a child of God, He loves us. And so when we're happy, and God knows everyone, not just his children, but even those that haven't became His children yet. Okay, He knows when we're sad, He knows when we're happy, He knows when we're angry, He knows when we're hurt, and He feels what we feel. So if we're happy, He rejoices. If we're sad, He's sad. If we're angry, He knows what for, and He knows who done that to us, and He understands. If we're, you know, I guess worried. He knows why we're worried, and He knows what we're going through. And so basically, He knows us. And He knows us a lot more than what we think that He does. And sometimes we think, well, God doesn't understand us and everything, but God does. God understands everything that we're going through. So I don't know what someone may be going through right now, or what they're feeling, or whatever it is. Just give it over to God, because He already knows without you having to say anything. But He still wants to hear from you, because He still wants a relationship with you.
And plus, if you say that, if you say He doesn't understand, still just think about what Jesus went through. He was God only in the flesh, and He had all of the feelings that we had. He had anger, He had happiness, He had sadness, He had all the emotions. He even had fear.
Yeah.
And He was worried too, anxious,
Yeah.
all that. Because when He was about to get ready to go to the cross, He prayed to the Lord. He was sweating blood. He was so worried and anxious.
And fearful.
Yep. He knows exactly what we go through.
Yeah. But He didn't see it. Some people say, don't worry. And we're not supposed to worry. But sometimes, there's, and two, it all depends on what you do with that worry. If you're worried and you go out there and you say you drink or you do drugs to get that worry off your mind, then you're not turning to God.
But Jesus turned to God.
Mm-hmm. Jesus prayed and said, "Not my will, but Thy will." So when we're worried and everything, or anxious or whatever, we need to always remember to say, "Lord, we're giving this to You." So there is a righteous kind of worry if you know who to turn to. turn to God, because He's the only one that can help you through that, anyways. Or if you're fearful, turn to God, tell Him about that fear, and He will be just to help you through that. And He will remove that fear from you. But like I was telling him before, always remember to give it to the Lord, and everything. Give whatever it is to God, and trust Him to take care of it. Don't give it. Don't pray to Him about it, and then turn around and try to take control of it. Give it all over to Him. Trust Him. Pray. And sometimes, like in my situation, if you have a really nervous feeling on you, pray and do not get up, until you feel comforted, until you feel like that you prayed, because you might be that one person that is praying for the person that needs it the most. So just pray. And then once you pray, once you get up, once you give it to God, then you worry about His kingdom. You worry about doing His will, and you let Him worry about what you was worried about, because He's the only one that can handle that. But anyways, we want to thank you all for watching this video. Is there anything else that you wanted to add, or no? Or
I've done said all I need to say.
Okay, my baby. He's doing a fine job helping me, isn't he, guys? So... but with that being said, we want to thank you all for watching our videos, and we just hope you all have a wonderful and blessed evening. God bless, and see you next time, Lord willing. Bye. Bye.